Buzz's retirement garage. Today I'm out metal detecting. I'm metal detecting an old golf course that they're turning into a walking trail, I believe. And it's pretty close to my house, so I thought I would try it out. And I just wanted to give you, as a little bit of a tutorial, how Buzz does his metal detecting. We'll make this quick. I won't bore you too much. So, first of all, you need a knife. Now, I've had this one for a long time. I think it's made by Hunt Wild. I got it online a long time ago. Has the serrated edge, which I wish was on the other side, but now there's a lot of people that are making them, and there's some good ones out there, but this is the one I carry. So I've already cut the hole, and I've already found something in here. So I'm not going to bore you with the whole process, but what I do is I will cut in here, okay, and I can only do this one-handed, so it makes it easier that I have the plug, what they call a plug, cut already. So I'll make it where I leave this edge, okay, intact. So then I can just flip up this part of the grass. Now, this is actually pretty wet. Most of the areas I've tried are really dry, so I don't know why this is wet, unless there was a dog that came by here recently. Once you have the hole dug and you're looking for your stuff, I have probably the most important thing next to the detector, which we'll talk about. The most important thing is your probe. Now, I use Vibra probe, and this is an old model 570. They have a new model out now. I can't remember the name of it, but any of these good probes will run you between 125 and 150. And again, I've had this one. You can see it's busted up over here on the edge, but it's waterproof. It just vibrates. There's nothing else fancy about it. It's a pinpointer. So what it does is you hold it up and then it'll vibrate. Now you won't hear that, but when I go down into the ground, like right now, I can hear it. You can maybe hear it vibrating. Probably not. So I can tell I pinpointed the item right in here somewhere. There it is. I can hear that noise. So like I said, I already knew what was in here. I can't really see what it is, but it looks like a quarter. Obviously, it's not silver. In my experience, when you pull silver out of the ground, it's as shiny as the day it went in. But this must be, yeah, this is one of the quarters, the state quarters, I would imagine. So anyway, I've got 2 quarters so far in about 20 minutes of work. Now I want to show you, and that's what you use this probe for, the Vibra probe. So you have a shovel, a probe. Let me drop this in my hand here. Oops, I lost it. There it is. So then I keep a little pouch here. Now the detector I'm using is a Garrett AT Pro. It's a middle of the line detector with the standard stock coil on it. So like you could see maybe you could see the display, the options that it has. I think these were running around maybe $700. You can get them up to $1,800, $2,000, $2,200. But you know, I got a kind of a middle of the road one. It works pretty good. Technically, it can go underwater. They say up to 10 feet, but I've never tried that. Probably never will. Hey, an ant. And then I don't like the beeping noise, so I plug in a set of not headphones, but just these earpieces, and I'll stick the earpiece in my ear and just go on my merry way. So that's what I'm using: a Garrett AT Pro, a Vibra probe, a shovel, a little pouch, and Buzz is on his way. Another retirement hobby. The only drawback is the older you get, going up and down, especially when you're like 6'3", and you got to go down and then back up, down and back up. That's kind of a drag after a while. So in some ways, I kind of discriminate what I want. If I see on this thing, if it like this quarter hit at a 69, like a 69 to 70 or to 85, I could pretty much tell it's a coin. Other times I could kind of tell when it's a beer can, especially on a golf course or a pull tab. Pull tabs are probably the #1 thing that metal detecting people find that is such a drag. There's so many in the ground, and I just pulled one out. Actually, I think I cut myself on it. The old 1970s tab where it pulled right off, and people would just throw them on the ground. But we still find, us detector people, we still find the newer version where that's supposed to stay hooked to the can. Yeah, it doesn't. We find those all the time too. But we try to discriminate out. We know kind of what signal that brings. So anyway, I'm going to cover this hole, which is the most important thing to do. You make sure that this hole gets covered. You pound that in. You make sure that when someone else walks by, they cannot see that you have dug a hole. #1 most important thing about metal detecting. Buzz's Retirement Garage. Having fun on a Monday. Take care.